by 5 points at the start of the final term of this great game at the Norwood Parade. You're viewing on Channel 9. It's kicked off the ground by Norsworthy. Number 17, Cochrane's played well for Central today. Got his nose over the ball. Norsworthy again. And Cochrane, Skinner, Mulholland, Jones at full forward with 6 would be high in their Central's best today. There's Big Moore, gets the tap down towards Wiley, number 6. Norsworthy takes it off hands. Look at the handball out to Skinner, and Central District go in, down to full forward. Big Jones makes the front position. Punched away from him well by Bland. Comes to Wiley. Wiley heads goalwards. Robbed of the ball. Picked up by Central's Johns. Johns snapped, and I think it's through. It's through, and Central Districts hit the front by 1 point, and I would think that's the first time for the day, Wally.
It's the first time today, and that was good football by the little fellow Norsworthy. Norsworthy and Mulholland have done all the hard yakka. They've outdrove the Odie brothers. The Odie brothers extremely good in the first quarter, kicked 4 goals, but the Rovers, Mulholland and Norsworthy, have done a mighty job. They've had 34 kicks between them, and the Odie brothers have had 15.
Johns' first goal of the day. Great knock there by Moore. Wiley gives it back towards Norsworthy. Norsworthy knocks it back towards Skinner. Skinner plays to the free. He gets bulldozed. Nothing in it. Taken by Polder. Knocked away by Skinner again. Mulroney's got it. He's tackled hard. All they mean business here at the Parade at the moment. It's great football. Wiley puts it down to the half-forward line. Finds Robin Mulholland. The mark's not paid. He pushes it back and must get the free kick on the half-forward flank. And here it is at last in season 1971. The moment of the truth has arrived for either of these two sides here today. A win to Norwood and they can slip out of the 4. A win to Central Districts and they'll be as close to the final 4 as you can possibly get, separated only by percentage from Norwood. Here's the kick by Mulholland, right down to the full forward position. Big Jones in front, couldn't pull it down. Casserly gets it, running in towards the goals. Misses the goal front, goes across for a behind as Horns after it, and the chance goes begging. And Central Districts go away to lead by 2 points at the 2-minute mark of the final term. You're viewing on Channel 9, the Magarey Medal Station, and don't forget to be viewing at Channel 9 at 12 noon tomorrow when Elton Crouch will be your host, and you can find out how to get hold of your Magarey Medal tickets for the Magarey Medal presentation night.
Ron Bland's kick goes back into play, and it's marked by Philip Ward. Oh, good mark too, taken by the fella. He's off. He's going to gain 10 yards close to the goal. He runs very close to the goal, and below 10 yards, a long kick goes up. 1 point.
Oh, and if that was 10 yards, I'll go here. The umpire watched him all the way. Yes, well done. And Philip Horn to the last inch and just misses.
Well, of course, there's a 10 yards from where he should kick it, or 10 yards from where he starts running.
Don't ask me, I don't know the question.
Bland now brings it back into play with a kick towards a half-back flank. Across there is Moore, taken away from Moore. Umpire O'Connell calls play on. Moore puts it down on the ground. Across there is Philip Horn, taken away there by Pettengill. He's tackled, given plenty of time to get rid of it. Skinner's back there. Skinner's got the chance to bring it back into play. Hand passes to Cochrane. Cochrane, the Seiko winner at the moment. Back the way of Skinner. Skinner fumbles it, goes to the boundary line, bursts his way through, draws a player, hand passes on, over the way of Johns. Johns kicked the one before that put him in the front. There's a long kick right back there is Saywell. Saywell and Philip Horn. Saywell puts it back over his head, out of bounds.
Ooh, what a game. Skinner and the centre winger in Cochrane for mine for Central Districts, and not forgetting Jones at full forward with his 6 goals as the Seiko winner today, if it's to come from the Central Districts camp.
3.5-minute mark of this last quarter, and a vital quarter it is. This is the final curtains for some. It's taken off hands there by Mulholland. Norsworthy went across there, or Angels speared a tread, kicked off the ground. Here's a chance now for Davis, the slow-moving Davis. Moore couldn't get to it either. Oh, he's got clasped up for a cover, traps it with his foot. Taken away there by Packer. Vivian's got him. Packer drops it. Play on to the umpire, taken by John. John holding the ball, right. Taken there by the back pocket player, John Wright, number 7 for Norwood. He brings the ball back into play with a long kick towards the left half forward flank. Wins back there. Wins kept his eye on the ball beautifully. He bounds off with a left foot kick right down the way of the left full forward pocket. Swinstead. Oh, here's the chance now. Collingan's got it. Collingan net. Peter Odie kicks off the ground. Pressure goes in all over the place. Back there is Swinstead. Pack of players are on top. Umpire O'Connell comes down and blows the whistle.
Well, we presume he has. We couldn't hear it from here, and there's a great seething mass of players there in the goal square. 3 points to different. Central's lead, your caller Ian Aitken.
There's a bounce down again. Over the top is Big Sparns. Back there is Davis. It's close to the line. Picked up by Swinstead. Short hand pass to Mulholland. Central District's working back, but now Pettengill. Pettengill will mark. And Pettengill can kick like a wild bull, so will have no trouble whatsoever in making the distance. A beautiful kick, Pettengill. Probably the longest kick in the league.
Well, he's got the pressure on him now. The wind blowing right across the front of Pettengill. He's well out, I would say, 40 yards.
Have to aim for that left post, Wally.
Certainly will, and he hasn't. It's got off the boot, and that's how strong this breeze is blowing across the ground. It started off right, but the breeze picked it up and pushed it through for a point.
Well, there's not much in it at all. It goes up and down the ground, and Central District's going in hard. Their Rovers keeping them in it. Mulholland and Norsworthy at the moment.
Here's the kick in from the full-back position by Crone. It's a strong one out to the half-back line. Gregerson and in front Horn, and Horn's taken a good mark on the half-back line.
Well, he's double grub mark. It's typical of this player. He's come back into it after a heavy knock in the third quarter.
Half-back flank. There's the kick from Horn. It lopes up towards the left centre wing, but up goes Gil Butchart. A hand pass from Gil Butchart over the way looking for Rosser. Rosser plays on quickly. A long kick goes the other way, a right full forward pocket. Over the top goes Crone. Didn't take the mark. The hand pass out goes to Woodcock. Oh, down goes Woodcock. David picked him up beautifully. Taken by Nick. Nick's out the way of Cochrane, and Cochrane is marked. He plays on quickly. Woodcock hasn't budged either. Oh, that was a hard hit. Across the top goes Moore. Comes away of Mulholland. Mulholland draws a player. Hand passes over the way of Saywell. Saywell on the left half forward flank, kicks it up deep. It goes over the top. Casserly had it. Too slow. Picked up there by Mulroney. Mulroney's kick is up. Down comes Vivian. Vivian. Oh, Curry. Lane. No doubt about
Still
that.
down. He hasn't moved. Here's the handball on towards Skinner. Skinner gets a kick right down to the full forward position. Jones in the front position from behind. Looked like a Norwood player. Couldn't pull it down. They're hanging on as Butchart gets the handball away. Kick off the ground by Menz. Menz's kick out to the half-back line. Odie comes to the ball. Kicks towards centre wing. Big Gregerson lopes in. Oh, mishandled, but he might get out of it all right. Norsworthy's arriving too late. Gets the kick towards the half-forward line. Shoving underneath the ball. Wynn tried to knock it on. It comes to Pettingill again. He's got Horn after him. Hooks it back down towards the centre half-forward position. Woodcock's up, and he didn't have anyone looking after him. His Nick's arriving too late. This could be a goal. It's a great shot down towards the goal square.
And it comes off hand. Slide couldn't take the mark. Or desperation football there by both parties.
And how was that bump handed out by Davis, the Central Districts, to Roger Woodcock that put him to rest for about 2 minutes? And Davis hasn't had a great day, but if he's taken some sting out of Woodcock, well, he's done his part for Central.
Thrown back into play with a long kick, looking out the other way of Moore. And this is the boy that's burnt since half-time. With the extra responsibility has been thrust on his shoulders, and he's been up to the occasion. Up the way of Philip Horn. Philip Horn takes the mark. His performance has been good too. The big fellas from Central Districts and the Rucking Brigade have come back into this game, and this is why they've got back into the game. Philip Horn brings it right across the face. It won't make the distance. It comes off hand. Taken by Vivian. Vivian goes away like Barlatt. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. Back there's Wiley. Wiley tries to pump it out the way of the right full forward. Can't do it. Taken by Porritt. Porritt's kick is a high one. Down low Horn. That's Odie. Oh, he's a real customer, Robert Odie.
Big game too. He didn't move an inch. He's gone for the short pass to Pettingill.
But across there is Moore. It's taken off Moore. Davis is across there. Vivian very slow. Couldn't take it. Picked up by Seacamp. Seacamp will kick down the way of Colligan. Colligan is looking inside him. It's knocked away. Back there is Nick. Nick's got the chance. This is a fantastic game in Channel Line. I got it. And Andrews has got the ball too. Andrews is in a half-back. He'll kick towards the right half-back flank. Philip Horn's underneath it. So is Moore. Oh, Moore's the man at the moment.
What a game since half-time. Ian Aitken from this big chappie, and he's one of the smoothest-looking big tall chaps I've seen for a long time. His kick to the half-forward line. Mulholland in front. Comes down to Packer. Tried to play for the free. Nobody would grab him. Skinner's on the ground with him too. Wiley's in there. So too is number 7 for the Redlegs right in your Channel 9 screen. Don't forget to listen to our footy show tomorrow. You'll hear all about this big game and the other ones too. Tap down at centre by Packer. Taken by Vivian. Vivian trying to go through a wall of players. Kicks it into the forward pocket. In front, Bland. Will it bounce for him? It does. And he's kicked it out on the ball, but at the same time gets a vigorous shove in the back. Silly football led from Jones of Central District, and that might have cost him one of the hands off Seiko Watts, because that was a ridiculous free kick. He himself would have had the free kick and a shot at goal if he hadn't given that away. Wiley doesn't seem to know what it's all about. Nearly cost him 15 yards. It should have been 15 yards. Here's the kick from Bland in the back pocket. Oh, that was a chance went begging for Central's there. The kick up towards the centre of the ground. Oh, Davis stood down. Heavens knows why, but it worked out for him because it bounced off Seacamp's chest. Taking in the centre of the ground by Walter. It'll be a 15-yard. No, it won't. Plays it on. Horn was on the mark. Swings it out wide towards centre wing. He's being pursued by Cochrane. Trying to play for the free kick, but there's no one there to grab him. He didn't know that, however. Kicked it away, knocked away by Davis, taken here by Butchart. Butchart heads into attack for the Redlegs. From the half-forward line, down to full forward, grabbed here by Pettingill. Heading
Pettingill's got in the back pocket. Now he's playing up forward, and he's been dangerous. He's had the ball 3 or 4 times, and this player that can kick 100 yards has the breeze to help him, comes in for his second try, and this move by Odie might pull it out of the fire.
And Willie this time kicked to that left-hand post because that's what he's got to do. There's plenty of breeze out there angling across his body as he kicks it. That looks a good one off the boot, and he's given it too much this time. 1 point, and that tied the scores away here at the parade ground. 78 points each, and what a great game here, Nate.
Oh, fantastic game, Max. We thought they were done, Central Districts, at the half-time break, but they've come right back into this game, and the big fella Moore has been the player that's brought them back. There's a poor kick-off by Crone, but Mulholland in the front side of the pack takes the mark.
And if Norwood want anything to add to their miseries, they'd want to win this one. I see the Bays have kicked 23 goals, 15 down at the Bay at this stage.
And there's the big kick out there as Pettingill tries to take it off the back. It's picked up there by Horn. Hand passes back to Spahn. Can't take it. Across there is Polder. Polder hand passes out, looking the way of Rosser. Rosser on the right half forward flank kicks it down. Swinstead comes across. Taken there by Andrews. Andrews can't get through the back. Tried it. Players go in with desperation. Sheer. A quick hand pass out from Peter Odie has found Robert Odie. He's the man that wants it. He's tackled. Hand passes back to Peter Odie. Steady. Kicks on its way. This will be close. Oh, the big crowd go up and they've beaten it through. And Norwood are 1 goal in front. Wally Bay.
Odie to Odie. Robert Odie then knew he had to do something constructive with that ball, and he lifts it up, and Robert Odie pops it through, and Norwood hit the front again. Can they find a bit more Central Districts? We'll know before long. 12-12 forward, 11-12 Central Districts.
11-minute mark, last quarter.
Lee, you couldn't have asked for much more of this towards with only 3 matches after today to play to the end of the minor round. This game could decide who goes into the final 4, and there's only 6 points between them.
As Big Spans gets up and it's taken away by Robert Odie. A quick hand pass out the way of Glenn Rosser. He handles it poorly for the first time in the match. Tries the hand pass out again. Cross there is Cochrane, the Seiko winner at the moment. And Casserly pushes it out. Umpire O'Connell has picked up a play.
Cochrane's free kick handled when he didn't have the ball underneath the mob, and Cochrane had 20 kicks. Cochrane off the wing will drive it in for Central District.
He comes right across the correct side, looking out there for Wiley. Vivian there, also Packer, and it bounces awkwardly. Or down charges Rosser, Corrin. Across there is Wiley. Wiley tries to kick it forward. Mulroney. Vivian's across there. Here's the chance now for Northworthy to come through. Vivian's on the bottom. Vivian's half days too, I tell you that. Packer's across on the bottom. Across there is Northworthy, but umpire O'Connell wisely so, I think. Was a little bit of a 1-2-3. Golds's loves it at its best, but no punches thrown. Just a bit of a joke. Robert Odie trying to lecture Northworthy. That'd be a bit of a giggle too. Across there is O'Connell.
6 points the difference. Here's the bounce, and down goes Spans. Spans gets the tap. Horn's got the run in towards goal. Tries to give it over to Casserly. Casserly goes without the
Beautiful
ball.
bump.
And a beautiful bump there from Robert Odie. Robert Odie going in hard now, and again a bounce in centre half forward from O'Connell. Wiley's been taking a lot of punishment to try to head goalward. Goal the difference. Norwood lead. Final term. Central's in attack. Tap down towards Packer. Lost by Packer. Dropped by Corrin. Holding the ball. In the
Well done, Vivian.
taken by Vivian at half forward right.
A beautiful
He's
tackle.
lifted his game since half forward. Here's his kick towards the centre half forward position. In front, John. Thumped away from him by Bland. Comes out towards Rosser and Cochrane. Here's a go between 2 champions. Taken by Butchart. Butchart kicks it up towards Pettingill. He's doing tons of damage. All John's met the bump well. John's playing on strongly. He'll get the free kick at centre wing. No, it's Nix. It's not John. Nix centre wing for Central District and put him in again. Centre wing. Listen to the crowd go mad as his kick goes to the half forward line. Northworthy up in front. Can't pull it down. Taken by Davis. No, it's Cochrane. Goes to ground. They go on top of him. And at the centre of the ground, Norwood leading 12-12. Central's 11-12. Goal the difference. Back to Ian Aitken.
13.5-minute mark. It's umpire Connell just off the centre circle. Bounces across there is Big John Spahn. They should put more back on the game. Across there is Wright. And then back Sailwell. Sailwell tries to force it out, looking out the big way of Casserly. Casserly's got the charge down. The ball bounces well. Metz comes at him. Casserly's over. Tries to hand pass back. Ross has got it. Hot potato stuff. Mulholland's in there. In goes Johns. Across there is Sailwell. Picked up there by Butchart. Good play, Butchart. He forces it out. Umpire O'Connell's called something. And there's a Norwood player on the
There's
ground.
players all over the place on the ground. Saywell's down. Norwood in the hands of the trainers. Menz was down. But number 22, John Wynn's got it on the wing for Norwood.
Wynn will kick it deep, and there it goes. A good one too. Nixon Swinstead talk well, and Swinstead takes the mark. And Central's 1 goal away from, one away from victory at the moment. Swinstead, Norwood have got their
Odie over the mark.
Odie.
Well over the mark.
Played Odie.
He gets away with it. Swinstead steps aside, gets past, ducks back the other way. He's been giving plenty of time to get rid of it, but no one tackled him. It goes out there looking for Andrews, but the ball is out of bounds. 15-minute mark of this last quarter. Ooh, what a torrid game. You're viewing it on Channel 9. The match of the day, the match of the year as far as we're concerned. Throw in on the half-forward flank right for Norwood. Over the top goes Barnes, couldn't take it. Back there is Winner. Phil Casserly gives it to Odie. Good play out across the way of Woodcock. Here's danger. Woodcock's kick is going to go right up towards the square. It's long as high. Long, wrong side of the goal post. 1 point.
Well,
one goal, one in front, Norwood, and they're doing it well. Robert Odie lifting his game, playing the game of a big man, bumping, hitting and picking up the ball.
Crone's kick in, and he's gone to the defensive side. Good football to the half-back line. Over the head of the pack comes down, put forward by Rosser towards centre half forward, or the forward pocket, I should say. Taken now by Andrews. He's tackled. Handballs in front of goals. This is dangerous. This could cost them the game. Big Wins tackle. Play-on's called. Picked up by Mulholland. He's had a great game. Steady, kicks to the half-back line, finds Skinner. Skinner's one that'll be very high in the Seiko for mine. Goes to the half-forward line. Knocked down there, off hands taken by Porritt. Porritt looks to the centre of the ground, finds Pettengill. He's doing a lot of damage in this final term. He's getting off on his own all the time. Goes to the centre of the ground, finds Polder. Polder will put the Redlegs forward from the pivot. Here's his kick wide, looking for his captain, Robert Odie or Seacamp, and Davis was nowhere inside him. Seacamp marked on the half-forward line.
There's a replacement for Norwood. Number 5 is on.
Greg on for the Redlegs as Seacamp, and he's usually a good kick, comes in. Oh, there's nothing wrong with this one. It could make the distance. The rain starts to come down. It's in the goal square, knocked away by from Colligan. Winstead goes to the ground in the back pocket, gets up again, and umpire O'Connor will come in and bounce as we get on to the 15-minute mark of the final term. We're at the halfway mark. A goal to Norwood. They're 7 points in front. That'll take them 13 points. Could just about win it for them. There's the tap down. Comes to Mulholland. He's in a ton of trouble. Ducks his head. Hopes for a free. Wasn't there.
Well, the rain won't help.
No, won't help Central's chances. Hale coming down hard now. Here's the throw in the forward pocket. Tap down, handball out of the pack. Woodcock, he's the danger player. Look at the shot. I think it's a goal off the boot. It might have drifted just too far, and it was a brilliant snap on him.
It was that. He's got 3 goals. He's been flattened twice, and he's still the player that must be held all the time. He's kicked 3 goals, 4 behinds off a half-forward flank, and had 14 kicks.
Central's breathe again, and I felt that if that had been a goal to the Redlegs, that would have just about sealed it for them, getting on to the 17-minute mark now. Here's the kick in by Crone in the full-back position, out towards Sparns. I agree with Ian Aitken's comment, they should get more back on the ball. He's a much better ruckman. Wouldn't matter if he fell over with exhaustion at the end of the day. Pettengill handballs on, gives it a slide. Woodcock and Nixon, a great battle over there. Tackle, and umpire O'Connell will come in and bounce in front of the scoreboard with Norwood 12-14 leading Central's 11-12.
Throw up across there is Barnes. He puts it down on the ground. Odie knocks it forward, taken back there by Swinstead. Swinstead kicks towards the left half-back flank. Down comes Sable, couldn't take it. Small's on the ground, right battling for possession. Across there is Skinner, a good footballer also, a brilliant exhibition this afternoon. Northworthy with a bullet like hamper. It's Sable. Sable plays on, kicks down the way, looking for Wiley at centre half forward. Mulroney, there's a good mark, a pressure mark, a beauty from the centre half-back.
It was a good one, all right. Wiley drifting back, but not good enough. Done a good job, Mulroney.
Who's your best for the Redlegs, Wally?
At the moment, I'm not going to pick it yet. It's nowhere near finished.
Mulroney kicks towards the right centre wing. Across there is Cochrane. Taken off hands there by Robert Odie. He's met by Casserly. Got well to get away from that. Over the way of Rosser. Rosser kicks down towards the right full forward pocket. Peter Odie has taken it. Good mark. Perfectly judged. Kept his eye on the ball on all the occasion. And Peter Odie with 3 goals to his credit. Wiley is going off. On the ground comes Roach also. As Wright goes off, there's changes galore. There's a big kick from Peter Odie. Peter Odie has kicked his foot.
And there it is out of the forward pocket. Peter Odie hasn't drove that well, but 4 goals from the forward pocket is going to be the killer that Norwood, that Central Districts cannot get over. 13-14 Norwood, 11-12 Central Districts, and the light has gone out of the Central District side at the moment.
Yes, if there's anything in that breeze at all, it's certainly favouring the northern end, to which Norwood are kicking, and with a lead of 2 goals to, they'd have to fall over at the 20-minute mark to lose this one. Here's the tap, Moore's back on the ground and immediately on the ball, and immediately wins the tap, gets it down, Cochrane kicks the ball to the half-forward line, marked here by Mulholland, and immediately Centrals go forward after Moore came back onto the ball. Here's the kick towards centre half-forward, Big Jones goes up, did everything but mark the ball, thumped away by Bland. Bland's clearing kick from centre half back to the centre of the ground. Moore takes another mark, and you must ask Dennis Jones tomorrow on our footy show why this chappie went off the ball in the final term. Here's the kick towards the centre of the ground. Mobbs gets up from behind Roach takes the mark, and the former All-Australian has marked just backward as centre wing. Here's the kick from Roach. An important one for the Redlegs. They wouldn't want to let this slip away at this stage. Kick down to the half-forward line, comes through Andrews. Central still playing as if they feel they can win it. Kicked out towards Mulholland. He's played another great game today, this chappie. He's already won 2 Seiko awards this year. Here's his kick towards the half-forward line. Mobbs is in the front position, well spoiled. Off hands comes to Butchart. Met very solidly, pulled, and he'll get the free kick. Too high. He'll clear it away from the Redlegs from the centre half-back position. Out looking for Menz. Menz in the front position from behind Cochrane. A great game from this fella, and he's going to be hard to dislodge from the Seiko too.
He's been nearly Central's best for mine at the moment, Cochrane or Skinner.
Here's the kick towards centre half-forward to Mobbs again. Knocked off the ball. Norsworthy gets up. The mark's been paid to Mobbs. They need a goal quickly, and they need the free's been paid. Thanks, Wally, for behind the neck, around the neck. They need a couple of goals very quickly. It's not a strong kick from Mobbs at all. Pulling up into the breeze. Jones tries to come from the back of the pack. Mulholland's got it. Works it on to say, well, he's only got to get it to his boot. It's across for a goal, and they're back to within 8 points again. And the question is, Wally, can they get up to win it?
Well, there's 5 minutes plus time on. There's plenty of time if they're good enough. But Norwood are playing well. We must remember this. The breeze has dropped away, and Saywell has kicked his 3rd goal. The little fellows working hard to get that one out. Mulholland and Norsworthy, 2 very, very good players for Central District.
21-minute mark, final term. You're viewing on Channel 9, your commentator Ian Aitken.
4 minutes to go and then time on. 8 points the difference. This is it as Moore thumps it forward towards the right half-forward flank. Back goes Polder. Gets mixed up with Mulroney, but he's good enough to get out of it. He kicks it high. Back there is Moore again. Knocks it down on the ground. Good play by Moore. Across there is Northwood. He can't handle the ball cleanly, and well he mightn't because it's really rough. It's taken away there by Cochrane. A flick pass, says umpire O'Connell. Quite right too. And the free kick will go the way of Glenn Rosser. Glenn Rosser, kick number 18, kicks forward looking for Peter Odie, and there's the danger. Peter Odie is marked at the right half-forward flank. The danger for the Rovers because Winstead won't check them. Out it goes the way of Robert Odie, and Robert Odie marks at the right mark.
Great mark. He'd have to be very close to the Seiko Watch award winner today, Ian.
No, not a consistent effort as far as I'm concerned, Max.
Oh, but he's done
all day long.
Things. Wally, how do you feel about it?
Well, he'd be in it, that's for sure.
Yes, he'd be given consideration. Right towards the right full forward pocket. Knocked off hands, taken across there by John Wynn. He can't handle the ball. Across there is Colligan. It's brought away there, though, by Sparns. Right out. Up there is Skinner. Knocked forward by Menz, but Skinner keeps his eye on it. Recovers brilliantly. Gets around onto his left foot. Kicks it high. Looking out the way there for Kevin Johns. Beautiful knock away there by Gil Butchart. As there's Robert Odie again. He wants it forward. An indiscriminate hand pass goes down there. Kevin Johns kicks it off the ground. Picked up by Robert Mulholland. He'll kick out there for centre half forward looking for Philip Horn. He's burst his muscle aside. Philip Horn's got to play 3 Norwood footballers. He's holding onto the man. Oh, I think this could have been a shade lucky, but still.
Wally?
Yes, he had the ball and dropped it, but he got away with it.
Porritt now, right half-back flank. You kick towards the right centre wing. It's still anybody's game. A crossover there. Oh, good mark taken by Cochrane. And he, as far as I'm concerned, he's got his signature on that Seiko watch.
Eel Skinner.
He kicks up the way of centre half forward. Back there is Sable. Pushed back in the middle of the back. And he put on a Dave Melba as well, just to make certain that he got the free kick. Didn't have to because the umpire saw it.
Only 2 minutes away from the time on, and still this game hangs in the balance as Saywell kicks it forward, looking for Mobbs at centre half forward, and he's taken the mark, a brilliant mark, and it's the 15-yarder, a good decision picked up there by umpire O'Connell when Packer, most foolishly, and you saw it on Channel 9, knocked the ball out of Horn's hand, and this will bring Horn within 20 to 25 yards of the goal. We've been arguing about how he's played today, but he hasn't kicked the goal as yet. He'd want to get one now. It's a bad kick from him, and for mine, this bloke hasn't had a good day, Ian. I'm sorry, I can't agree with you.
He's had a magnificent last quarter for mine. He marked everything.
You can't miss goals like that, Wally.
I agree with you. Bad football. If you can't kick them, you can't play. He shouldn't have missed that. But he's been a useful player in the last quarter.
Useful would be about the best you could apply to him. That could cost them the place in the 1971 Final Four, that kick.
Oh, I think that's a bit rough. There's been plenty of other things that could cost them the place. You can't put it down to one kick. It's going to be brought back into play now by Bland towards the right half-back flank. Menz gets in the front spot. And poor Jackie could cost Central District the game as well. Play on, says the umpire. Menz kicks it high. A spiral torpedo punt. Back there is Davis. Winmore. Good work there by Andrews. Seacamp knocked it down on the ground. Davis put out there by Andrews. It goes away and Skinner over the ball. Moore's got the chance to hand pass to Northworthy. On to Mulholland. Roach gets over the top of Mulholland. Should have been given a free kick. Northworthy tries to turn his way. Oh! Right. Missed one and grabbed the next.
Well, I don't know. He missed a couple for mine, but there was a free kick there. He had the ball. He was retarded.
30 seconds away from the time on period with Norwood to take this free kick on the half-back line, and a very handy one too with 7 points of difference. Roach to clear. He's had a couple of quick kicks since he came on. Here's his kick towards centre wing. Dumped down by Moore, and Ian, do you agree with me what a difference this bloke's made when he's on the ball essentially?
Oh, grand performance by Moore. Very mobile. And you've got him now on your Channel 9 screen as Greg tries to burst his way, but Moore again gets the tap. It's taken across there by Mobbs. Mobbs does not go in to go. They're holding onto his leg, and he'll have to get a free kick there. Out it goes to Mobbs. Mobbs got the chance. Time on period as the big fella is indicating that he wants to kick deep, and that's the way it's going to go. Jones is across there. Saywell will go across, and Saywell has to take the mark. He'll get it, and Saywell, a reliable kick with 3 goals to his credit. 3 goals to his credit. The former centre-half forward now will go for a direct kick, and he's playing as centre-half forward now. Comes in. The kick is going to be close. Oh, it's true.
It's true. 4 goals for Saywell. 4 goals for Saywell, and we've got 1 point the difference. 1 point the difference. Saywell has had 13 kicks. He's kicked 4 goals, and he must rate very high in the Seiko watch. And what a recovery. 1 point the difference. 1 minute of time on has been played. 13-14 Norwood, 13-13 Central District.
And still the issue hangs in the balance as we go into the minute mark of the time on period. Still either of these sides could go into the final 4. Moore gets up, gets it to Vivian. Vivian tried to go into attack. Picked up by Central's Vivian again. Hand pass to Horn. Horn with the left footer down to the half-forward line. Good mark there to Butchart. He took the strong mark. There was nobody behind him, but he didn't know that. Clears away from the half-back line. Out towards centre wing. Missed there by Packer. Cochrane swooped on the ball. A kick out on the full. An unlucky one there as Cochrane must have scooped it up off the ground. Kicked on by Packer towards the half-forward line. Running down there as Roach trying to take the ball with him. He's worked it into play. No, it's gone out in front of the time clock. 90 seconds of time on gone. A point the difference. Norwood lead. And they must be worried. I see the Bays have kicked 23 goals down at the Bay, and that'll help their percentage. And if Norwood go down today, they're in real trouble. If ever they wanted a goal, they want it right at this moment, getting on towards the 2-minute mark of the time on period. You're viewing on Channel 9. Moore's to take free kick here to Moore to take the free kick on the half-back line.
Saywell up the centre of the ground he goes.
There's the long lead from him, but no, he ignores it. Kicks to they're into the back of Casserly. It's thumped down in front. Comes down to Skinner. Skinner bashes it forward to Casserly. Onto Vivian. Vivian gets the kick. Down towards the half-forward flank. Johns is out there. Checked by Butchart. Running towards the boundary line is Pentgill. He goes to ground and he's ranked, and he'll get the free kick on the half-back line.
Quite rightly too. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of time on gone. A point the difference. Norwood in front.
Still only this point the difference. Norwood hanging on, and here's the clearing kick away from Pentgill, and it's a beauty. It's gone right to centre wing. Beefy Andrews comes in from the side, thumps it out of bounds at centre wing, and the throw-in over on the far side. You're viewing on Channel 9. Don't forget our Channel 9 footy show at 12 noon tomorrow, and you'll have the opportunity of securing yourself some McGarry medal seats for the McGarry medal presentation night.
You know the result, but we don't. It's a ripper of a game here at the Oval as it comes back into play. Over the top goes Moore. Norsworthy's on the bottom. He tries to force it forward, shovels it out to Casserly. Casserly's got the chance to kick it deep. There it is. It's a beauty too. Right up the way of Saywell. Saywell gets over and marks it. He plays on quickly. Eddie Storr will tie it. It's going to go through for a goal, will it?
No.
Across the goal that goes right out towards the boundary line. And Roach is there. And it's out of play.
3 minutes of time on gone into the time on period. There'll be about 120 seconds to play.
Right full forward pocket over the top goes Casserly. Casserly snaps it through. Goal! Well done! 6 seconds. Well done! Fantastic! Oh, what a match-winning award that is!
What a scene here at the Norwood Oval. You haven't seen anything like it for years, Wally. It looks like a VFL game at its best. The people are just jumping up and down. The Norwood runners out.
Remember, Norwood, plenty of good players out there at the moment. We've played 4 minutes of time on. Casserly's exhausted. He's going back into defence. A loose man in defence, Casserly, exhausted. Norwood in trouble.
5 points the difference. Central District's lead. Here's the bounce from O'Connell at the centre. Moore again gets the tap. Goes past Skinner. Comes towards Polder. Taken by Norsworthy. He's kicked the wrong way. Davis is after it. Hasn't had a great day. Can he keep it in play? He kicks it to centre wing. Don Roach snoops on the ball. And it'll be a throw-in in front of our Channel 9 cameras. And it must be right on the siren. No, must have been kicked out on the full, and that means the free kick will be taken by Vivian at centre wing. Hacker holding onto the ball. What's happening? There's going to be a conference between umpire Max O'Connell and the boundary umpire. boundary umpire gives O'Connell a nod that was out on the floor. Packer won't give him the ball. Eventually he does give it to him. Time off sounded, and there's hostile scenes here from the Norwood fans as this free kick goes against them at centre wing. Here's the kick from Vivian, down to the half-forward line. Comes to the big champy Moore, tries to barge his way through. Porritt's got it. Porritt kicks it up towards the centre of the ground. Casserly's there, and you can hear him from there. Leave it, it's mine.
Well done, Jones. Casserly's loosing the fence, the right man in the right place. He's going to go for a short one.
Out the way of Vivian, and this is hard-stopping stuff as Vivian takes the
5
mark.
minutes has been played of time on. Vivian doesn't know what to do.
He goes back the way of
about.
Casserly. This is short stuff. Casserly gets it. Casserly's got plenty of composure. Odie's back there, comes off hand. Odie's been met heavily and takes away a Pritchard. Here's the kick, it's on now. Here's the Seiko with a Cochran goes out there. Woodcock across there is Nick. Cochran's got the chance. Cochran bursts his way through like a German tank.
Skinner
Kicks it
there.
up the way of Skinner. Skinner's got the chance to take the ball. He'll burst his way through his netties. A long kick goes right up towards the square. Jones is back there and Bland's there also. No one takes it. Saywell's got the chance to run in. The kick to What is going now?
5 goals for Saywell. A fantastic effort. 5 goals off a half-forward flank. 16 kicks. And how do you think a Seiko Watch winning award? Horn in defence. Casserly in defence. And they're hanging on 6 minutes and Norwood have had it.
And what embarrassment for those people who at the 5th series this year had the cheek to say that the Final Four was settled. The Final Four's nowhere near settled, and this is going to throw it right into the melting pot again. Here's the bounce. Moore, he's the hero of the day in this last term. Taken and kicked away here by the Redlegs towards the half-forward line. Play-on's call, a great scragging group of players there, and umpire O'Connell will come in and bounce on the half-forward line for the Redlegs, who are going forward and trailing by 11 points. There'll be about 20 players on the ball as it comes to Casserly. Casserly with the handball away. Comes out, taken here and kicked away by the Redlegs. Through number 24 was Mulroney, their centre half-back, and marked by Nix. Nix on the half-back line. Beaten on Woodcock on the day, and there's the line. Central Districts have won a hard-stopping, thrilling match here at the Norwood Oval that you've been viewing on Channel 9, the match of the season, and there's coach Dennis Jones running in towards the race for Central District, and well, he might be excited. He's done it. He's got his side up for a chance in the Final Four, and good luck to him. And you'll see him exclusive to Channel 9 on our footy show at 12 noon tomorrow, hosted by Eldon Crouch. And for the Redlegs, it'll be John McInnes in to tell their side of the story. There's Casserly being cheered off the ground, and there's great scenes here at the Redleg camp as Central District 15-13, 103 points. Norwood 13-14, 92. Your comment, Ian Aitken, and then to Wally May.
Oh, thrilling exhibition, and they're cheering Casserly off the ground, and well they might, because it was a lone-hearted effort in the dying stages. Casserly grabbed the ball off the pack and put it through for a major. A real captain's performance.
Have you seen any more heart
One other good performance on the wing, Cochran. A magnificent game for mine. 6 goals to Jones, which must count, and 5 to Saywell after a very slow start.
Don't forget the fella in the centre for Central District is Skinner. A great game from him, and a great game, captain's game from Robert Odie, who got a hard knock right on the final siren. Repeating those scores from the parade ground: 15-13 Central Districts, 103 points defeated Norwood 13-14, 92, and that's an 11-point margin at the finish.